Hello, everyone. This is Nazneen Abbasi, and today I'm going to introduce the first series of my internal assessment breakdown, which has been marked by IB, and what is my take on that. So, this in this video, I'm going to talk about the introduction. Hello, everyone. So, today we are going to deep dive into an actual psychology internal assessment. So, this particular document I have downloaded from my IB. So, I will be sharing so many screens together. So, this is a document, plus there is a marking criteria and a marked sample from IB. We are specific looking at introduction, section A or criterion A, the introduction that the student has scored 5 out of 6, which is a high band answer, high band mark. But we are going to see that what are the troubles or what are the small mistakes or issues, and then how can we top it up. So it's a good grade band, but making a very common, and these are small things that we can fix. My goal for today's this recording is to show you that how and what a student did well, and what are the problems, and where we can easily fix those errors. Before I go in details of the introduction, the content, let's celebrate the student that the research question is very open. So, what factor may contribute to overeating among students in a high school? All you can eat from the buffet. So, if you look into the question, the research question, which is simply says what, why, and how. So the target population is highlighted high school students, the target behavior overeating, and the environmental setting is like the school buffet. So all three things are in place, so we can tick these three boxes. It is localized, it is clear, and you can see a real world problem. Before jumping into the content, research, analysis, psychological literacy, why this matter is important, you can simply see that teenage obesity we can question from this particular a psychological impact, adolescent mental health issues. So this particular real question, real world problem is being taken care of, and this is the first and valid criteria to be marked by an examiner for your proposal. This is the commentary, which is run by an examiner, and the commentary highlights or show us what to pay attention, and where a student has lost marks. And basically, it describes, the word is describe, the hands on single biggest mistake of IB psychology students, what they do in their internal assessment, and how it happened, and how that has contributed loss of 1 marks for this particular IA. And I purposefully uses a sample that is a high band sample, so it can show you what is there rather than what is missing. We can talk about what is missing, but we also have to appreciate that what is there in the IA. So before I go on explaining what are the strengths and weaknesses of this IA, I will ask students to read this IA and comment what they appreciate about this IA and where the student can improve. And then I will open my cards. So this is a particular IA which has been marked by IB, but IB doesn't do comments. IB give you a commentary which I have already shown previously. So let's start with the introduction and what are the strength of the introduction. So the student open it with the problem and supports this with a research excellent and very specific. The word is specific. And then talks about that what is happening in his real world, means obesity, how obesity is impacting life. Perfect. It's a good strength. And why teen obesity are more likely to struggle with depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and how this particular topics open to different psychological issues. Excellent. And then the student talk about the first study, that how in this his first study, which is just stating what is there related to overeating, but it does not link to the research question or the requirement of this particular relevant study. The study is relevant, but it is not directly answering or stating the question. But the good thing is the second study comes to as a savior, where the student talks about that that they found out that kids with higher body weight ate more calories, that some children recognize that they cannot recognize that they are full or not, and how it affects body weight and things like that. the second study is more relevant as compared to the first one. So there is high possibility, and I believe the student lost 1 mark because of the first study, which is not wrong, but not directly answering the question or supporting the question. Uh, if you see what could, instead of stopping here, the student should have written something like uh, how unlimited food has contributes to overeating, or how being in the cafeteria with friends can lead to overeating, or something that could have opened or lifted this issue in great details. So if I have to go on and I have to justify my marking, what, so yes, real world problem 2 and 2, aim research question, yes. Study 1, I'm giving 0.5. It was not wrong, but it did not fully support or explicitly support the topic. Second study, I'll give 1. So in totality, the student gets 5 on 6. Thank you. So thank you so much for watching my video. I will be uploading 3 more videos of all 3 remaining sections, and this is my take on internal assessment. Please like, subscribe my YouTube channel, and follow for more.